Biblical inspiration tells us that heaven has gates and walls, yet the purpose of these celestial barriers often remains unexplored. Why does heaven, a realm of boundless divinity and grace, require walls? What looming threat or profound struggle necessitated the need for such cosmic fortifications? Who was it built for? As we delve into this story of angels, we unearth a tale of cosmic proportions, one that unravels the intricate reasons behind the construction of heaven's monumental walls. Over countless ages after Lucifer introduced sin to heaven, the Luciferian philosophy was spreading like an infectious disease. A top council of celestials emerged, aiming to devise a plan for the expulsion of the fallen angels and to prevent their return. Given the risk of infiltration, they couldn't afford to include anyone in their ranks, as even seemingly devout angels could potentially harbour sympathies for the Luciferian cause and serve as spies, thereby jeopardizing their secret operations. Thus, they embarked on an epic quest to carefully select millions to join an underground society, embarking on a monumental adventure that would change heaven forever. This secret council formulated a daring plan to erect a cosmic wall, an architectural marvel designed to prevent the fallen angels from ever re-entering paradise. The magnitude of this undertaking necessitated not only centuries of commitment, but also an extraordinary level of strategic deliberation. Once the King of Angels, Archangel Michael, granted his blessing to this plan, the construction of an underground industrial complex commenced without delay, marking the beginning of their grand journey. The highest order of cherubim spent years spying on various angels, assessing their worthiness to join this clandestine society. Operating from the shadows, they observed how these angels handled encounters with fallen beings, examining their resilience and problem-solving abilities. Some were assigned exceptionally challenging space missions, tasks that could have left an ordinary angel lost in the void for countless eons. These trials aimed to assess whether they possessed the strength required to undertake what the majority of angels might falter in accomplishing. Many angels unwittingly failed these tests, while others unknowingly succeeded. Once the Holy Watchers identified promising candidates, they ushered them into a chamber accessible only to the most elite beings, unveiling their crucial role in safeguarding heaven. More often than not, the chosen angels felt honored to serve and committed themselves to this mission for the love of Zion, dedicating an entire eon to the cause. However, as more details of the mission unfolded, they began to comprehend that the task ahead was far more challenging than they had initially anticipated. The angels, as they departed from Zion's metropolis and its nations, bid an emotional farewell, venturing into a somber frontier that would span several centuries. They were acutely aware that their mission was a task of unprecedented gravity at that time. The weight of this profound secret, the knowledge that one day they would cast out their fellow angels into an unknown realm of condemnation, bore heavily upon their hearts. As they laboured on each colossal gear of the fortifying walls, it felt as if they were forging coffins for their dearest companions. Consequently, the angels engaged in this undertaking needed to possess an unwavering determination and a profound well of emotional understanding. This venture burdened their minds, sparking numerous questions and debates among the holy angels. During their meetings, they grappled with the question about whether their actions truly aligned with God's will. Even though they held trust in God and His supreme counsel, they felt compelled to reason among themselves, seeking assurance that this permanent solution would indeed rectify the situation. They wrestled with the notion of whether they were doing what was right, and they prayed for an alternative path. Yet, even in the midst of years filled with doubts, all the angels persevered and played their role in the construction of the wall. The holy angels involved in this secret mission remained confined within the industrial complex until the wall's completion, preventing any new workers from joining after the project's commencement. This stringent measure ensured that the wall's secrets remained protected from public exposure. They faced the monumental task of constructing a wall with technology far superior to anything fallen angels could decipher or penetrate, spanning several millennia beyond their comprehension. To achieve this, they embarked on an extraordinary journey across countless alien worlds scattered throughout the cosmos. From each of these distant realms, they borrowed cutting-edge technologies, ingeniously blending them into a creation unlike anything heaven had ever witnessed. This strategic move ensured that fallen angels would always be 10 steps behind, perpetually attempting to decipher the intricate scientific foundation of the wall. Even if the fallen angels managed to make significant advancements in the field of science, edging closer to unraveling the secrets of breaching the formidable force field, the holy angels possessed the ability to swiftly alter the coding and introduce additional layers of alien complexity to the system, thereby maintaining an insurmountable lead. Alongside the construction of the wall, they also developed a new surveillance system capable of monitoring every corner of heaven. They were adamant about not navigating the future blindly when they had the means to prevent it. A new census system was established to record the details of every citizen of Zion, creating a comprehensive archive of their respective histories. It specifically identified individuals who openly advocated for political and religious beliefs aligned with the ideals of Lucifer. This meticulous record-keeping ensured that once the fallen angels were expelled beyond the walls of Zion, they could distinguish the loyal citizens of Zion from the fallen angels who merely pretended to be devoted servants of God. After several eons had elapsed, the construction of the wall components was finally completed. The colossal pillars had been constructed and sourced from various corners of the cosmos. Each of these planetary-sized structures had been erected in various locations throughout the universe, ensuring that even if a fallen angel stumbled upon one site, they would have to locate the millions of other installations scattered across the cosmos to thwart the grand design. Once the construction was finalized, all the segments seamlessly fused together, encircling Zion's orbit with flawless precision. Meanwhile, as some of the fallen angels casually voyaged through space, they caught sight of these immense planetary structures gliding gracefully past them. Unaware of their impending doom, they dismissed the sight as a novel form of cosmic infrastructure, oblivious to the fact that their damnation was being assembled before their very eyes. In Zion, a grand universal assembly was convened one day to announce a significant change set to alter the dynamics of heaven's orbits. It was revealed that gates would be established to regulate the flow of traffic. Some fallen angels speculated that these gates might be used to impede their entry, but they couldn't take this notion seriously. They couldn't fathom that the governing body of Zion would go as far as banishing them. Such a notion was too unbearable to contemplate. Therefore, even after the implementation of the new border policy, the malevolent angels made no concerted effort to undermine the construction of the walls. The idea of eternal banishment from heaven lacked theological or logical coherence in their eyes, despite having received warnings. Over the centuries, the inhabitants of heaven had grown accustomed to news reports, conferences, and town hall meetings discussing wars and rumors of wars, where conflict had become a way of life. Amidst all this, a common rumor persisted: the idea of a war that would end all wars. Most holy and evil angels held a shared skepticism, viewing the notion of actual banishment as little more than a theory. As the celestial walls assembled and the protective force field expanded to encompass heaven, billions of angels, both fallen and loyal, watched in awe as the colourful cosmic shield enveloped them in a majestic embrace. Among them, an angel who had played a role in constructing the wall observed a fallen angel, whom he still cared for, gazing joyfully at the breathtaking sight, unaware that this assembly would seal his fate. In this defining moment, a select few in heaven grasped the dual purpose of these celestial walls. One side of the walls signified the preservation of holy angels, while the other side represented the starvation and damnation that will be the future reality of their fallen brothers they have loved dearly since they were born. Amidst the celebration, a fallen angel caught sight of a holy angel in the midst of the crowd, shedding tears in an unusual time. Curious, he approached the weeping angel and asked, "Why are you crying?" The angel, overwhelmed with emotion, replied through tears, "Because we have built this for you.